Well, 1 year ago, Libya was in the early stages of a full-fledged rebellion against the autocratic rule of Moammar Gadhafi. As the nation works to recover from a long civil war, Libyans are ready to celebrate.
Today, people in the North African nations are celebrating the first anniversary of the revolution that ended the decades-long reign of a dictator. Spontaneous celebrations broke out across the nation on Thursday. In the eastern city of Benghazi, security officials were on high alert as hundreds of people cheered and waved flags outside the city's courthouse, and more formal celebrations are ongoing today. In the capital, Tripoli, hundreds of citizens streamed into the streets, proudly waving their flags. Many Libyans expressed a sense of satisfaction and optimism with the gains of the revolution. In September 2009, Moammar Gadhafi was a jubilant and confident man, savoring praises and pageantry as Libyans recognized his 40 years in power following a bloodless coup. But 2 years later, the longtime leader was run out of town, hiding in a large concrete pipe as Libyans ousted him in a bloody uprising. It has been a year since the Libya National Transitional Council, the NTC, took full control of the country. Ordinary Libyans say while Gaddafi's ouster did not instantly solve all their problems, they are enjoying their newfound freedom.
My joy over 17 February, I just can't describe it. Not just me, but all Libyans. I'm so happy. I would even stay without a salary for 2 years. I don't mind. I lived in worse conditions before. Now I thank God, and I want all Libyans to gather and be united.
Away from the main streets of Tripoli, even fishermen are relishing the increased freedom that came with the overthrow of Gaddafi as they work in the port of Tripoli. The trade had been extremely restricted for decades. Rules allowed the men to catch fish for just 48 hours at a time before needing to apply for new permits, which could take up to 3 months to arrive. Now they are allowed to remain at sea for indefinite stretches, and new permits arrive much more quickly. Nori Mosba is the head of the Port Supervising Committee.
The changes now for the fishermen are that the license and the permission and other related documents are much easier to obtain. Also, you can stay and fish as long as you want. Before, the maximum time was 48 hours. Now you can stay 10 days a week, 5 days, or as long as you can. There's a big difference, and God willing, things will be better.
After months of fierce fighting between Gaddafi's forces and rebel fighters, which killed thousands of people and displaced many others from their homes, residents of Tripoli say they now feel safe.
A year after the 17th February revolution, I feel much safer than I did before. Thank God the country is becoming safer and more stable. But I hope that we will form one national army and the elections will be held on time.
Libyans say they are excited about the freedom to participate in the process of nationhood, including free and fair democratic elections. The National Transitional Council pledges to organize elections by April. Mustafa Abdel Jalil, the head of NTC, says his administration is determined to fulfill its promises to citizens.
It's true the security conditions are not at best, but Libyan people are capable of making their future by themselves and capable of getting through these elections to the next phase safely.
The Election Commission was sworn in last week to supervise the election that will lead to the formation of the National General Congress, as stated in the Constitutional Declaration. Now, analysts say the Libyans have no illusions about the challenges they face, even as they celebrate the 1-year anniversary since the uprising that led to the ouster of Moammar Gadhafi.